Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alright, today we will continue with a new chapter that is Capital Asset Pricing Model, CAPM. Alright, let's have a look what we have in this chapter. Okay, so the most important aspect of risk is the overall risk of the firm as viewed by investors in the marketplace. Overall, risk significantly affect investment opportunities and even more important, the owner's wealth. The basic theory that links together risk and return for all assets is the CAPM. And then it is issued to understand the basic risk-return trade-offs and involved in all types of financial decisions. So, okay, let's have a look at the next slide. Okay, so this is an important equation, and the total risk consists of two parts, okay, which is a total security risk, okay, is equal to the non-diversifiable risk and diversifiable risk. So if you can still recall what is the non-diversifiable or diversifiable risk, so we have it below. Okay, well, what is the diversifiable risk? Okay, diversifiable, maksudnya controllable, okay, ataupun this is the systematic risk. Okay, so this risk represents the portion of an asset that associate with the random causes that can be eliminated through diversification. So that's why it is called diversifiable, because okay, it can be eliminated through diversification. Okay, while the non-diversifiable risk cannot be diversified or cannot be eliminated. Okay, so this is the systematic risk. Alright, so it is attributable to market factors that affect all firms, cannot be eliminated through diversification. Okay, so this one is also called as the uncontrollable risk, the non-diversifiable. Okay, just now the diversifiable is controllable risk. Okay, so let's have an example of what is the diversifiable risk. The diversifiable risk is risk that we can control. Contohnya macam the management risk, okay, the financial risk, the business risk, okay, the risk that happen in a firm that we actually can control the risk through diversification. While the non-diversifiable risk, the risk that we cannot control, ataupun beyond our control, okay, and it cannot be eliminated through diversification. So what are the example of the risk? So the risk, contohnya macam the inflation risk. It happen in a country and we cannot avoid the inflation risk, ataupun the interest rate risk, the political risk, okay, and then the market risk, okay, happen in the market ataupun happen in a country that we cannot avoid them. Okay, and then we just have to face the risk. Okay, then everyone would feel the same about the risk. Okay, and then because an investor can create a portfolio of assets that will eliminate virtually all diversifiable risks, but the only relevant risk is the non-diversifiable risk. Okay, any investor or firm therefore must be concerned with the non-diversifiable risk ataupun yang cannot be controlled, the uncontrollable risk ataupun the systematic risk. And then the measurement of the non-diversifiable risk is thus of primary importance in selecting assets with the most desired risk-return characteristic. Okay, so here comes the model of the CAPM. Okay, so the CAPM links together the non-diversifiable risk and the return for all assets. So kenapa? Sebab dia ada beta in the equation. So what is the beta equation? Beta coefficient. Okay, so it is a measure of the non-diversifiable risk. Okay, and then the market return is return of the market portfolio of okay. So this is a formula of to calculate the beta. So if the beta is not provided, so you can calculate the beta by equal to the covariance between the asset with the market, okay, and then divided by the variance market. Okay, so COV ni is the covariance between return asset J, kalau J asetnya lah, kalau lain-lain ikutlah with the market portfolio M, okay, and then variance market. Okay. Alright, so this is the equation. So by using the beta coefficient to measure the non-diversifiable risk, the CAPM, okay, CAPM, the capital asset pricing model, we are going to calculate the required return. okay, is given in equation. So ni RJ ni, which is the required rate of return, okay, is equal to RF plus beta times RM minus RF. So which is RJ ni required rate of return. Okay, RF is a risk-free rate. Contohnya kalau macam T-bills ke, okay, it's a risk-free rate investment. Okay, and then beta coefficient of non-diversifiable risk, and then the RM is the market return on the market portfolio of assets. Alright. Okay, so here is the example. Ini example kalau you tengok, it's very simple sebab it's a very direct question. Okay, Benjamin Corporation, a growing computer software developer, wish to determine the required return on an asset Z, which has a beta of 1.5. The risk-free rate of a return is found to be 7%. The return of the market portfolio of assets is 11%, and calculate the required rate of return of asset Z. So, to calculate the RZ ataupun RZ, you just ikut saja required rate of return punya formula ni, which is RJ is equal to RF plus beta times RM minus RF. So RZ, okay, so risk free dia dah bagi ni here 7, just masukkan saja 7. So beta pun given 1.5, so you can saja substitute it in the formula, into the formula. And then RM market return is 11 minus RF 7. So the required rate of return is 40%. Yes, I. Okay, bisa sekejap. Okay, so this is a very simple example. Okay, so in the next video, I will show you how to answer the final questions lah on the CAPM. But not to worry, because for me lah, kalau subject, this chapter is very simple dan student memang suka score sebab dia tak lari jauh pun daripada you have to calculate the required rate of return using this formula, and then the formula is very simple. Okay, so you just have to find the mana RF, mana beta, mana RM. Okay, and then masukkan saja, and then you can work out lah how much is the required rate of return, and then you are going to compare, okay, the required how much is you required, okay, from the investment with the actual ataupun the expected return that really happened. Okay, and then you have to determine lah whether the asset ataupun whether the stock is undervalued, overvalued, or fairly valued. Okay, so that one I will show you in the next video. Okay, so that's all for this video. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.